This is where Rama and Thomas sat and talked about love and marriage, setting you up for the tears that was coming just 2 episodes later.
Aqui é a casa de André, do discípulo André. Aqui é onde a Joana fala para o André que o João Batista foi morto. Aqui no meio é o mercado central, é onde eu filmo o mercado. Então aqui essas barracas vão estar cheias de coisa. Isso aqui é um celeiro, onde colocam os grãos.
On this side of this building, a lot of pretty cool things. Number one, this is another door to Andrew's house, right there. It's also where Matthew was painting and was really, really embarrassed. So that was all shot right there in that corner. Now you remember when you watch the show and you have Tent City in season 4 and Tent City's usually up here. In season 3, Tent City was all built down here. And it was awesome. Then a storm came and the wind not only blew it down, but this flooded. Like this was like way below its level. Then it flooded and took out several tents. So for season 4, we decided it's not going to be there anymore. They moved Tent City way up to right there.
For like 3 straight days. It was crazy.
Essa parte aqui é onde as tendas estavam na temporada 2 e 3. E aí ele estava falando que teve uma chuva muito forte que encheu o lago e tiveram que remover as tendas dali debaixo das árvores para essa parte mais aberta aqui.
Ver cenas antigas gravadas em takes aqui, ó, da série.
There are so many cool things in this square.
I'm going to just have to like rapid fire this.
The platform is in the dirt right here. It's down here. That's actually plugging a hole that a palm tree goes in.
You know, but this is Zebedee's house.
Então ali é a casa de Zebedeu,
Is the room right here, this
onde o
building
paralítico
where
foi
you had,
baixado do teto.
oh, I'm trying to think.
E aqui é onde Mateus coletava imposto.
Season 4,
Nessa parte
episode
aqui.
5, right? When Judas really wanted to go see Hadad. This is where they sat and talked. So we filmed all of that inside that building in the middle of the night as they...
I love this one, through the green doors right here.
Episode 4.
There you go. See, through those green doors was the blind girl that, I think it was Thomas and...
That woman. Because it was Nathaniel and Thaddeus. And it was right through that door, right?
Okay, well, yeah, but also Thomas and who was he paired with?
Thomas was
Son
of
of
George.
Thunder. George.
That was in there.
So the blind girl was in there. That was
Yeah.
a stellar scene. What's going on? It's unbelievable. So.
Has 2 really big famous scenes, like right here, the stone, little arch, that tunnel. That is where Shula was healed. Yep, and Barnaby. No, yeah, Barnaby. And it's also where Jesus was walking down with Jairus, and then they heard the mourners. So 2 really big key season 3 moments right down this hallway, which they're already transforming into stuff for season 5.
Como é que é? Aqui é onde Jesus encontrou com a filha do Lázaro, a Jairo. Eles começaram a ouvir o choro das participantes.
You know, it's part of the aesthetic. You have to be really watching season 4. However, you have seen this on the show. This is Pilate's mansion right here, at least a part of it. But standing up there, this is where Claudia came out. She's looking over in that direction, and that's where we had the people crucified, and she's like, come on, Pilate, so early in the morning, you know, that kind of deal.
There's a double door with the kind of sundial on the top of it. You see the gold, like it looks almost like a seashell above it. That is the front doors to Gaius's home. And so if you made it all the way through what's available to be seen right now, because when we said cut on that scene, we wrapped Gaius for the season. Do you remember that?
I do.
And so you know, Dow, it's a cool thing on set when someone's done and they're no longer shooting, meaning that we've shot everything we need them for the season. It's called a wrap on that actor. And so after filming an amazing like scene of excitement and joy and you know, cool moment. That all happened right here in this courtyard.
Go that way.
Another scene where you have Zebedee home and it's seen. You can't see that one over there. Why? It's the second story. So this is used an exterior to Zebedee's home, while his interior is over there where Dervin showed you. CC, right, from the synagogue, and it was up at the top side of the hill. What would the word be like? It's not continuity, guys. We change an angle, we change town. We shift an angle, we shift location. It stays built. Actually, it's torn down right now.
Yes.
But, they build it and we shoot on it whenever we need it for the season. But it's kind of fun how doorways here are one thing, but the interiors are something completely different. And so it's really fun to see all that. Behind me is ministry headquarters for Jesus and his bandits, right? Jesus and the boys and the women who've stepped up and say, we're going to stick around, make sure you guys don't mess this up.
Então, aqui é a parte romana do set. Aqui é a casa do quinto, aquele oficial romano. Toda a parte já muda o cenário. Colunas romanas.
This is also where Gaius told Simon Peter that he had an affair and that the servant boy was actually his son. So that confession happened right here.
Então, aqui onde o Gaio conta com Pedro a respeito do filho dele.
Possibly know one of those shadows is me.
My hair was flowing.
So then you can watch us interviewing the cast and the writers about the
Big James and Little James are paired together and they heal a crippled man in front of his family. That was on this porch right here. Inside the room there is where Elizabeth has John the Baptist jump inside her womb. Was right inside there.
We are like
You can't get in it, so you'll see it just turned in Zebedee's house here. When we walk into that little hallway between Zebedee's house and Simon Peter's house, that is the hallway or passageway where Jesus and little James had their dialogue about why he's not healed. Powerful scene.
Yeah.
We're going to walk right through that. When we step out of that space, we'll be standing right where Veronica touches the zitz on Yeshua's robe, right on Jesus's cloak, and is healed. So we're going to go through some hot spots, right? And then we'll go back to where Rama left us. And if you haven't seen it, then I hope it didn't spoil it for you. And then we'll go up the temple or the synagogue steps.
Olha o detalhe dessas construções, dessas coisas.
One of us know, and we'll meet in the courtyard right up here. A lot of people want a picture of that, so if you want to run grab a picture, you can.
De entrada da casa do Mateus.
My wife's listening up, she's like, good job.
This is the well. And if you recognize the passage in Scripture where, Gaius' son is healed, and they said, yeah, he helped work on a synagogue. Well, that's exactly what that scene was, fixing this problem right here. So, they actually set up a whole rope and pulley system. Those big, if you look down in here, when you get over here, there's these big old stone things. So they really were lifting and pulling those out. So when they were hot and sweaty, they were, because it was, 500 degrees because it's Texas. And they were actually lifting the stuff that is in here up and down, for many takes after takes.
Keep in mind too, that hurts you. Okay, good. But when we shoot a scene, that scene was with Gaius
Então esse é o poço onde Pedro estava conversando com Gaio.
But one of the most beautiful scenes we shot, I believe, is eating in the mikveh. And guys, if you've ever been to Israel, they unearth mikvahs everywhere. Why? It was a staple in the Jewish faith. And the mikvah is symbolic of going in dirty, coming out clean, no different than modern day baptism of sorts. There would always definitely be one right next to the synagogue because they would have to wash and then enter the synagogue clean. And then the other scene, I'm not going to steal Durbin's thunder because I know he wants to do this because this was a scene that, I mean, everybody was on pins and needles the day it was being shot. And this was no longer a beautiful place of healing. It became a place of despair.
He was healed here, and John the Baptist was killed right there. They just put a ceiling here, turned the door into a window, put a green screen right outside, so that's where the lamb was on the hill and all that stuff. Make it dark with the candles. That back spot there where the soldier was taking down his last words, you just wouldn't get it. But this was it.
Aqui é a parte do tanque de purificação que eles entravam para se lavar antes de entrar na sinagoga. Isso aqui também é o local onde o João Batista foi morto.
Well, you just all instantaneously transported from Capernaum to the Jerusalem temple. We are inside the temple. We are inside the Sanhedrin. That is Caiaphas' chair. And then here are where either side of the Sanhedrin sit. Fogarty himself was a Pharisee, and he sat on this side of the room.
I was a Sadducee.
He was a Sadducee. No resurrection,
No resurrection.
Only the first 5 books.
And these are not archaeological finds. We did not dig these up out of the dirt. We just put dirt on them.
Aqui, ó.
And then once we know we're all finished, we'll start making our way back to the car. I made a Baptist joke and I called it.
And there was a lot of fun. Loved every second.
Thank you so much.
You know what? I just thought of the 2 the Bible verses on the wall.